Hi everyone, this is a video about repairing this item, which is a Black & Decker 9.6 volt dust buster extreme, which is a good quality item, handheld vacuum cleaner. And unfortunately, as all the companies, they are putting some sort of design defects on these to you just chuck this one in the bin and then go and buy a new one. This one's battery is depleted and is not going to work more than maximum of 3 minutes, but for the beginning of when it's fully charged is functioning well. And just a disclaimer that this video is only for entertainment, and if you want to handle anything that you see here in this video, please do it at your own risk. And if you are not a competent electrician or someone who knows what he's doing, please do not attempt this at home. So now this item has some screws, and because it's old, all the screws are visible, and there are two more under here, underneath this dust container, and there is another one here. I have to show it to you. If you put your something sharp under here, that I have a spudger here, if you put it here, you can just take this out, and let me just take it out and we talk. Here, as you see, there is another screw under here that is hidden. You have to take this gently out with the aid of a Stanley knife or something to get it out of this notch here and there, and then this screw is going to be revealed. But for the time being, I'm just showing you the item, and there are some sealed labels here that you have to cut them in half in order to easily be able to open this, because if you don't, when you unscrew it, is not going to be parted from the middle. Anyhow, this one is a very good one, and the batteries are very expensive. So if you don't have a good brand item, I don't advise you to do this, because the batteries are very expensive. This one, for instance, 9.6 volt battery, nickel metal hydride, and this one was 29 pounds, under 30 pounds, and it comes with this Tamiya connection that we don't need this. We just have to solder this to the positive and negative of the battery, and this is a very good supplier. I show you the item. You can buy it from here, and that is the price of the battery, and the seller is this one. I fully recommend this seller. I have bought batteries from this seller many times over, and it has fast shipping, and the quality is second to none. So I'm not promoting them, but I'm just saying they are good sellers and they have good products. So it's up to you if you want. And there are many different sort of batteries that you can, different shapes, different combinations. You can just, with different connectivity, you can purchase it from this seller. And as I mentioned, I fully recommend this seller. So now let's see what is wrong with this. This is fully charged at the moment, and I washed this thoroughly, and there is not a speck of dust in here, so for the purpose of this video. And the owner, the old owner of this, they have placed it on the sunlight, and that's why a little bit of it is white, and the rest of it, as a result of ultraviolet light, it just turned to cream rather than white at the bottom. But everything about this shouts quality. That's the reason that I am going to do this. And there are some other stuff, attachments that is coming, that you place it under here. Anyhow, this is more about the battery rather than the unit itself. But as I mentioned, if your item is not very good brand name, and do not attempt this. So let's turn it on. It's going to be loud for a while, and then it's going to deplete. And if you notice, after a while, the battery is going to deplete very soon. But for the time being, this is really holding the charge, but not more than 3 minutes. I don't want to, bore you with 3 minutes. Let me just deplete the battery just for 20 seconds, but off the camera, and then I'll come back. I am back literally after 30 seconds, and as you see, it's just gone a notch down. And is depleting very rapidly. Is less than 2 minutes, and that's really it. I'm trying to deplete the battery as much as I can, and then I attempt to open this item. So now the battery is, I think 90% depleted. So you open this part, the dust cap. So we don't need this. I put it on the side. And then there were, as I mentioned, 2 screws here that I took them out to just save time. And then this is the filter. It's fully cleaned. Do not worry about any dust or something. You have to take this off in order to be able to part these 2 halves. And I unscrew this one as well, and then I come back. So when you unscrew the other screw here, and that is for cleaning the filter, it just shakes the filter when it's taking it up and down, and the dust is going to fall from this. And then it's going to breathe a little bit better. As soon as you just open this, all the screws are done, you just have to take this apart from wherever that you can, and the top is coming off, and then the cover of the handle, and then this is the latch for the dust cap or dust container. And this is the battery, this item, and this is for the power. This item, it goes up to 12 volts, and as you see, this battery container is half empty. When I take it out of here, you can see that. And just for those that they are keen to know what is going to be seen in here, it's just the motor and the battery and the charging mechanism that I show you when I charging board here, and then the connections there, and that's it. And the filter is here, and filter is fully cleaned and hygienic. Everything, the inside this was full of dust. Even on the these red caps here was full of dust. Anyway, and this is the battery, just a pointer to show that this item is 9.6 volt. It takes that sort of battery. And now we have to take this out of here. And when you want to take it out, it's just push fit there in those areas. You just take them out, and that's how it's done. I just take it out and carry on the video. So I took it out. It's very easy. Just you have to make sure that you're not bending or breaking any parts or something of that sense. This is the charging board, and this is the switch to turn the unit on and off. And this is the mechanism just to shake the dust out of the filter. So I put everything there, and now I have to take the battery out of here, and it's just push fitted to this part. You just have to separate it from here, and there are two cables there, if you can see. Let me just show you there. Yeah, I just take these two connectors out and I come back. Yeah, I just took it out from the narrower one for the negative, and the thicker one for the positive. And that's really it. Let me just make it to focus. And that is the motor. You can even further open this via those 3 screws to just clean the head of the motor, but I cleaned it already. And now this is the battery pack that is in here. So let me just make sure that it's not going to... Sorry, the narrower one was positive and the thicker one was negative. So now there are some latches here, one here, and one here, and one here, yeah, and one there, and then opposite side as well. So when you open it, you just see this, and then that's really it, and everything is coming through here. The charge is coming through here, and the power going out through there. That's really it. And these are nickel cadmium batteries, that they are good but not so good. After many years of use, of course, this is not going to be good anymore. So the combination of the battery that I have purchased is this one, is because it can be positioned like so in there. So still we have some space, some leverage, but sadly I have to cut some of these areas in order to make this fit. And I show you on this part. These are coming in the center, but our center is there, so it's not going to match. So I have to take away these, and I take these out from both sides, and then we talk more. So I have done one side, but I kept this one just to have some purchase on the item when it's going to be pushed through this hole, opposite side. So I left that one there, as you see, and if I press it, as you see, it stays there. So I have to do this side, and as well as, disconnecting the batteries from there, and then see how it goes. So this one is done, we put it there, and then we move on to this. And when you take the battery out of here, all of this is coming out. You just have to, very gently, you just have to connect the positive and negative to these two cables, and that's it. You're done, and then we can just reassemble the unit. and put it in a charge for a long time for the first time to charge the unit fully. And for those that are interested in this battery, the battery is this. Anyhow, I take this one out and we talk more. So I have done both sides, and then in order to, just make everything safe, I brought some shrink wraps. As soon as I solder these two positive and negative to these two positive and negatives, I'm going to shrink wrap them just to be on the safe side, and then I'm going to close this out, close this ready for assembly. Anyhow, it's a lengthy procedure, so I'm going to do this off the camera, and then I come back. So I have done one of them just in this fashion, and it's pretty secure, and I'm going to do that. And remember, because there are electricity in here, so I've done it one by one, not both of them. I didn't cut both of them, so I cut it once and then finish one and then the other one, just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to finish the second one and I come back. So the second one is finished as well. So it's just to put everything back together and then see how it goes. So now our battery is ready to go. So I put everything back, the battery back together, and see how it goes. So the battery is together now, very securely, nothing moves inside, and is properly shut. I'm going to connect it and test it, and then reassemble everything, and then I come back. Unfortunately, the battery is fully depleted, so I have to charge it, and I'm afraid it's not turning at all. So I have to charge it. So I put everything back in the cover and then put it in charge. I put everything back in here. Now I am at the assembly point, just to assemble it and put it in charger. And when I've done all of that, I'm going to come back. I haven't done all the screws yet, but I'm going to attempt charging this and then I come back. So the unit is in the charger and the charging light is on, and then we give it just 1 minute to just see how it's charging, and then I assemble it fully, because there's still some screws are left unopened in case of some sort of mistakes, just to open it very easily. So now these batteries, they are very efficient, and as soon as they get a little bit of charge, they react to it and they just show that I am okay. So I give it a minute or two and see how it goes. I just gave it some minutes, and then now, so the one that it didn't have any energy, now that it has some. So I now close it all together completely and then put it in charge for a long while. But this video more or less was about how to change the battery if your item is good. So I'm going to assemble this fully, and then I put it in charge and come back. So the item is fully back together and it's functioning, but unfortunately the battery is fully depleted and I have to charge it for at least 10 hours just to get the best out of it, and I'm afraid we are out of time here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until my next video, Take care of yourself and each other, and as always, have a great time.